Hey, welcome to Draft Academy. My name's Mike, and in this video, we're going to ask the question that's on everybody's mind. Will AI destroy programming? And I figured what better place to ask than an actual AI. So we're here on the Prezi AI. It's going to create a presentation for us. So let's describe the topic. With the invention of AI, will programming become obsolete? I think I spelled that wrong. It's okay, it's an AI. Should people still learn to code? It's hard to talk and type at the same time. All right, so now we're gonna have the AI generate this, and it's almost there. It's getting it ready. Actually, this is kind of cool because it'll be interesting to see what the AI has to say about it. So it looks like we have a few sections already coming up. I think I'm in the way. Section 1, Introduction to Programming, Pros and Cons, Future of Coding Skills. All right, let's get started. So how do I see this? I think I have to go to present, yeah. And we'll do the watermark. All right, so will AI destroy programming? The future of coding in an AI-driven world. We got some cool little icons there. So introduction to AI and programming. What is the definition of AI? Artificial intelligence refers to the simulation of human intelligence in machines. Yeah, I think in this case with programming, it's essentially like the AI has read every single line of code that's publicly available and maybe privately available on the internet. And so what AI has learned how to do is recognize what good code is and what bad code is. So if you send it a piece of code, it can tell you where something is slightly off or where something is named wrong or where there might be a bug just because it's seen so much correct code. Like generally, if the code's been uploaded to the internet, it doesn't have a ton of bugs. Or if it does have bugs, then they're sort of fixed over time. And then the evolution of programming. So programming has evolved from simple algorithms to complex system management with the introduction of high-level languages and integrated development environments. And really, I think that AI is just another step in the evolution of computer programming. Like people say that it's going to replace programmers, but people said the same thing about integrated development environments, or maybe not exactly that, but every time there's some new technology that comes around, it's like, oh, is it going to replace the old thing? Generally, it just gets integrated in. So I think really as programming is evolving, AI just becomes another part of that evolution. So the role of AI in software development. It plays a crucial role in enhancing software by processing and automating repetitive tasks. And really, this is where programming is good, or this is where AI is good, because it can do the kind of low-level work that none of us like to do. It doesn't mean, however, that it replaces programmers. It just means that it makes the kind of harder or more repetitive parts of programming a lot more easy. All right, so then the next section is the pros and cons. What are the pros and cons? Increased efficiency. Yeah, so this is definitely a pro. Again, it just goes to the fact that AI is kind of a tool, right? So it can, especially with learning, actually, it makes learning how to code a lot easier because you can ask it specific questions. You can send it code that has bugs in it, and it can tell you what the bugs are. Human error reduction. Yeah, so the great thing about AI as well is it does pattern recognition really well. I think we talked about this in a previous slide. But you can send it a piece of code and it can tell you, because it's read all the code on the internet, basically, it can tell you whether it matches that or if it doesn't. You know, if it matches the 100,000 other lines of code that looked similar, then you're kind of in a good state. But if it doesn't, then the AI can kind of call that out. So you can almost compare and contrast your code with all the other code that's been written, which is really great. And then the job displacement concerns. The rise of AI in programming raises major concerns about reduced demand for traditional coding jobs. I think it's not so much that it's going to get rid of the coding jobs. I think it's going to change the nature of the jobs altogether. So really, it's not going to be like, oh, AI took my job. It's more like if I don't learn how to use AI and integrate with it, then I'm not going to have a job. It's going to become another just thing that you can put on your resume that you know how to do. So then creativity and innovation challenges. AI lacks the human ability to generate innovative ideas and creative solutions. I actually kind of disagree with this. Well, I don't know. I think AI is good at being able to generate solutions to problems that are correct. So in that case, I think it can be creative because it can find solutions that you might not think about. And, whether they're creative or not, the AI doesn't really care, but it can just find them. So, if there's been 1,000 solutions to the same problem on the internet, but then the AI knows about one that is maybe creative, maybe that one developer who uploaded that code was creative, the AI can find the creative solution. So I don't think that it's that the AI can't be creative. I think it's more like the AI can find the best or the matching solution to whatever problem you have. All right, so then the next section is the future of coding skills. The importance of learning to code. Understanding coding fundamentals fosters critical thinking and problem-solving abilities. Yeah, I don't think that AI means that you shouldn't learn how to code. It's not at all like that. I think it makes it easier to learn how to code. And whether you are doing actual computer programming for a company or you're just kind of in an adjacent field, understanding like how code fits together, learning how to think like a coder, really good skills. So nothing that you need to worry about there. Coding languages adaptation. The rise of AI has led to a shift in coding languages, prioritizing those best suited for machine learning and automation. Yeah, so languages like Python and R. I have a tutorial on Python that's really good. You should check that out. But the AI can tell you what the right thing is, right? So if I have a problem in front of me, I can ask it, because it's read all this code, what do you think the best solution is? And it can also use the correct languages for that. So I think that's good. Skills beyond coding. In addition to coding, skills such as data analysis, cybersecurity, and UX design are becoming crucial. Yeah, so, it's not so much that AI is going to take your job. It's just that one part of your job that has to do with coding, fixing that bug or writing that algorithm. That's where the AI can come in. But there's so many other things like soft skills, being able to analyze things, being able to look at things like from the perspective of security that the AI can't necessarily like weigh in on. So there's a lot of room there for developers. And then integrating AI and learning. Educational platforms are increasingly integrating AI tools to customize learning. I think this is the best use case for AI is teaching people how to code. Like if you're struggling with coding, 10 years ago, if you had a bug in your code, you're either going on Stack Overflow and looking at some, hoping that the answer is there, or you're just kind of left to figure it out on your own. But now you can take the code, paste it into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT has read all the code on the internet, so it can kind of tell you what to do. All right, so then industry perspectives, trends in employment. AI is transitioning job markets, creating a demand for programmers who can design, maintain, and enhance AI systems. So you just have to be able to like integrate with AI. I think that's pretty standard. Tech companies like Google and Microsoft have successfully integrated AI into their software development processes. So notice there it says processes. Like I think it's definitely part of the process now. Even IDEs, like there's the Cursor IDE that's just come out recently, like where it integrates in AI. So as you're typing, the AI reads all the code that's in the file and it kind of tells you what it thinks the next thing is. So it's just like another tool in the toolbox. And perspectives from leading tech companies. Leaders in the tech industry express a positive outlook towards AI's role. Yeah, I don't know that you want to listen too much to the tech industry leaders. I think a lot of these people have money invested into AI. They're always going to tell you that they're always going to, walk that kind of middle line where everything is great and everything's dandy. You just have to kind of look at the technologies and evaluate them for yourselves. All right, so then the last thing, the conclusion. So the summary of the key points. AI is transforming programming roles, enhancing efficiency while also stirring concerns about job security. Yeah, I'm not super worried about AI taking your job personally. I just think it's going to make the job easier and potentially more accessible, actually, because now that we have these AI tools, more people are going to be able to learn how to code, and then it'll be easier for them to code when they're actually on the job. But I still think you need that human in the loop because you need somebody to kind of like manage everything. And also too, a lot of the code that's written at these companies, it wasn't written with AI and it's spread across all these different code bases. And a lot of times you kind of need that larger context and that more fine-grained nuance to be able to kind of actually be effective. So then AI, in an AI-driven environment, continuing education is essential. Yeah, you have to just keep learning, but it just makes it easier to do that. So then preparing for an AI-enhanced future. The landscape of programming is shifting towards collaboration with AI. Got to collaborate. I say we merge with the AI personally. That's what I'm thinking. So will AI destroy programming? I'm going to say no. I think it's actually going to make it a lot better. So if you're worried about that, I would stop worrying. Instead, start enjoying. And just remember, if you are learning to code or if you are worried about all of this, like you can do it. You can still enter into this field. You can still have, find a job. You can still be successful. So keep that up. Like if you're just kind of nervous and wondering if you should dive into this profession, like I say, dive into it. This is the most exciting time ever to be getting into coding. So yeah, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you for watching, and leave a like, subscribe, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.